I've the Facebook here. Let me there we go. Alright, good. I'm gonna share actually no, I'm gonna copy the link. There we go. And then we are going to post the link, paste it. There we go. Alright. There we go. I wanna yeah, there we go. Alright everybody, this is Big G. Happy Halloween. Today we're going to do a Halloween special. I haven't done one of these in quite a long time. The last time I did a Halloween special, I was playing Five Nights at Freddy's, and that was actually quite a long time ago, actually. So I haven't done a Halloween special in a very long time. For those of you new here, this is a game called Phasmophobia, and when Phasmophobia first came out 9 years ago in 2016, it was only for computers, and the game became so popular throughout the years that Kinetic Games, the company that developed this game, decided to release it to consoles to increase the player base and stuff like that because this game is very popular, and it finally got released on consoles a year ago, actually, to be exact. It got released a year ago, and I've been playing it ever since. It was only $20 on PlayStation Store, and I bought it, and I've been playing this game so much because I really enjoy this game. I do play online, but I don't really enjoy playing with other people all that much because I don't know them per se, and a lot of times I run into people that are very rude and very ill-mannered. Let's put it that way. So, yeah, because the other night I made a room trying to. All I was trying to do was trying to help people level up and stuff like that, and I had people that came in and they didn't like the settings and stuff like that, and I got in a big fight with them saying that I'm not messing with the settings and blah blah blah. And I said, really, if you don't like what you see, you can leave, and if you don't leave, I'm gonna kick you. Since I was the host, I could kick anybody out at any time, and the people being very rude and very mean to other people in the room, and I don't tolerate that. I don't tolerate nude rudeness and people being mean. It's you're supposed to have fun playing a video game, not like be rude and mean to people. So anyway, this is my Halloween special, and this is Phasmophobia. You go around, you do some ghost hunting, and you try to get evidence, and you try to get money for it. And in this case, money is also the experience. So the more money you get, the more experience you get, and you level up, and you prestige, all that kind of stuff. You unlock gear as you level up, and stuff like that. It's actually pretty cool. However, in this game, you're allowed to have a custom difficulty, which means you can have the game to your liking, however you want it to have. But in this case, I chose So if we go to custom settings, well, let me hold on. Let me go. Let me go back. So we go to custom settings. So like up here, it'll say difficulty, and then this is all the equipment you can carry on the truck. I'm doing single player. This is the contract. You get to choose a contract to the left, and if you're playing with other people, you get to vote on a map if you want and stuff like that. This is my level. It says 1-093. What that means is that I am Prestige level 1, so like I already got to level 100, which is the highest level. And then once you reach level 100, you can Prestige, and you'll get a special kind of badge, which is what I have here. And then you'll have the Roman numeral of 1, and then you go back to level 1, 001. And this method that I've been using, in just a matter of 6 days, I went from, well, actually longer than that, a couple of weeks, I think, like 2 or 3 weeks, I went from level 1 to level 93 doing this method that I'm doing. So, so yeah, we get to pick the difficulty, and there's a bunch of them. Like, there's a challenge mode you can do, the weekly challenge. They have a weekly challenge every single time, so you can go in, and it tells you what you have to do, and if you do it, you get $5,000, which is really nice. Insanity mode, and it tells you everything that's in each difficulty. Nightmare, professional, intermediate, and amateur, and then you can have 3 customs if you want. This one, I'm gonna have to go back to it. G is mine. So I had it at 1297, and I'll show you how I did that here real quick. So when you come in here, you can basically modify just about anything. So like the starting sanity for this is the player settings. You can modify all that, and you can modify the ghost as well. Like you can tell the ghost what to do. You can have it change its favorite room, the activity level, frequency of the events. This is really stupid. To have it be a friendly ghost, that's really dumb. I never do that. The grace period, the duration before the ghost can kill you when it starts to hunt, the hunt duration, the kills, the amount of evidence, fingerprint chance, and duration, that kind of stuff. And then you have the contract, so you can mess with all this stuff. And I just recently discovered presets up here, so if you click on that, you can choose the difficulties if you want. But for me, I like to get the most out of the money and the experience. So Apocalypse 3, we click that, and the awards are now times 15. But we're going to modify this a little bit. So let's start with player. So we're going to have our starting sanity at 0, sanity pill restoration at 0, our drain speed will be 200%. What that means is that as soon as we enter the map, our sanity is going to go to 0, and the ghost is going to hunt us quite a lot, and we actually want that, and I'll explain that in a second. Sprinting is off. The player speed, we're going to increase that to 100, and the awards do go down a little bit, but it's only going to go down a little bit. Like, it'll start at 15, and I'm aiming for 1297, and that's what we're going to go for, and that's it for the player settings. For the ghost settings, you can leave this at 150 if you want, but I like to have the ghost and the player speeds at the same. So ghost will also be 100. Now we're at 1310. Roaming frequency high. Change your favorite room. Activity level. We want all that. Grace period. Keep that at 0. The hunt duration, we want that at medium. So now the rewards are at 13. Kills extend hunts, that's going to be off. So that'll be good for that. And then we come to contract, and the only thing we do here is the weather. And we're going to change that to windy. And there we go. Now we're at 1297, and we're going to apply that. And there we go. Come over here, and this is where you can get your gear and stuff like that. So you can shop if you have money, since I got 15 grand. I'm rich. You can buy all this equipment to put on the truck that you can use for your hunt. However, I discovered, once you buy it, you go to equipment manager, and that's how you add all the stuff onto the truck. But if you go to quick loadouts, this is really cool. I just recently discovered this as well. Um, if you click on all, it will add all your equipment that you have. And if you die during the hunt, you will lose your gear, but you won't lose your money. However, if you have a loadout, the loadout will automatically add all your gear to the truck. So you don't have to keep coming over here and buying everything back and loading it up to the truck. If you have a loadout, it does it for you. So that's very, very convenient. So with this, we are going to do 3 maps. We're going to do Camp Woodwind, we're going to do Willow Street, and we're going to do Tanglewood Drive. And out of all these maps available, my favorite ones to do are the small maps. Now, the reason why that is because I don't have to go very far from the truck. And the small maps I know very, very well. I know where the hiding places are. I know where the cursed objects are, stuff like that. But this is a zero evidence run. So what we're going to do, the first one we do, right at the gates, we open up the gates, and then to the left, there's 3 picnic benches. And what we're going to do is we're going to lay down the salt around that area, and then having some smudges in hand, we're going to intentionally get the ghost to hunt us. And the reason why we do that is that that's going to help us identify the ghost. Now, for this to work, you have to have pretty good knowledge of the ghost. If you don't have knowledge of the ghost, you're gonna struggle because you don't know the ghost. However, if you need help with identifying ghosts, you just open up your press the touchpad on your PS5 controller, and then go to the ghost tabs, and you can highlight each ghost. There's 24 of them. You can highlight each ghost, and when you do that, it'll basically give you a description of each ghost. It'll tell you its strengths and weaknesses, if it has any. And then it tells you the evidence you need, the 3 pieces of evidence you need to identify that. But since we're on no evidence, we're not going to be worrying about this. The only thing we're going to be worrying about is what each ghost does. Now, the ghosts that I know are Wraith, Phantom, Poltergeist, Banshee, Revenant, Jinn, Shade, Yuri, Oni, Fae, Dagon, Morai, Mimic, Obaki, Raiju, Anryo, Myling, Goyo, Hantu, and Yokai. Those are all the ghosts I know. To identify the Wraith, if you put down salt and the ghost doesn't disturb the salt, like it walks right over it and it's undisturbed, it's a Wraith. That's one of the easiest ghosts. The Phantom is another easy one. When the ghosts haunt you and it blinks, but like there's like a blink and then a long pause, and then another blink and then a long pause and then another blink. That's how you identify a Phantom. A Poltergeist is very easy to identify, and it says right here they can throw multiple objects at once and with great force. If you see that while the ghost is hunting, that's a Poltergeist. The Banshee is actually pretty tough to identify on no evidence. The only way to identify a Banshee is if you have the parabolic microphone and you hear like a high-pitched scream, like a woman scream. That's a Banshee. The Jinn, the Revenant, the Morai, and the Fae are all the fast ones. However, the Jinn is the only one that travels at a faster speed when it's far away. So if the ghost is hunting you and it's far away and it's running really fast and then it slows down, it's a Jinn. The Revenant is the one that's always fast. However, if you hide from it, it'll slow down. However, it's very difficult to tell the difference between a Revenant and a Fae because they're both fast. However, the Thay will age over time. The Dagon is the one that you can't hide from, and it'll slow way, way down when approaching you. If that happens during the hunt, it's a Dagon. The mare. The only way for me to identify a mare on no evidence is if I go to turn on a light. Since Camp Woodland, it's very difficult to identify a mare because there's no lights. You're out in the middle of nowhere in the woods. But the easy way to identify a mare is that if you're in the same room as a ghost, you go to turn on a light and it turns the light back off immediately. That's a mare. I already told you what a revenant is. The shade is the easiest one, and it's also the most boring one. The shade is the ghost that doesn't do anything when you're in the same room. But if you are far away and it starts getting active in that room that you were just in, it's a shade. A demon is the most aggressive one. It's the only ghost that will initiate hunts more often than other ghosts, and they fear the crucifix, of course. So the demon is the most aggressive one. The Yurei is the ghost that open and closes doors like all the way. So if we go to Tanglewood or Willow Street and the ghost just like partially opens or partially closes the door, it's not a Yurei. It has to do it all the way. The Oni is the only ghost that when it hunts for a long, long time. That's how you can tell it's an Oni. However, if the ghost comes at you in a mist kind of form, you will see it. You can't miss it. If it comes at you in a mist form, it's not an Oni. The yokai is the only ghost that is sensitive to sound. And a cool method to identify a yokai is that as soon as the ghost hunts, you press the R1 button on your PS5 controller, and that'll bring out your walkie. And when the ghost is near you, your walkie will go into static. And if the ghost responds by going to your location, it's not a yokai. However, if it doesn't go to your location, it's a yokai. A Hantu is another really easy one. If the ghost hunts you and you see freezing breath coming out of the ghost, it's a Hantu right off the bat. Very easy to identify. The Goryo I have trouble with, but people have told me, thanks to some recent online sessions I've been doing, people have been telling me the easy way to identify a Goryo is if the ghost stays in one spot and it doesn't roam around the map. That's how you can tell it's a Goryo. A Myling is another very easy one. A Myling is the one that has very loud footsteps, but the rest of the ghost is very quiet. That's how you can identify Myling. The Onryo is kind of easy too. It's the only ghost that fears fire. So if you have a bunch of firelights, I always carry 4 of them because that's how I can identify Onryos. You put the firelights down and it blows out half of the firelights, or 3 of them out of 4 all at once. It's an Onryo. The twins, I struggle with. Have told me that if the ghost hunts and it's like normal speed, and then it hunts again and it's faster, it's the twins, because the twins have 2 different speeds. So I need to keep that in mind to identify the twins. Raiju, the easy way to do this is take an electronic with you. It could be anything that's electronic. Take that with you and then just set it down around you and then have the ghost hunt you. And as it passes the electronic, if it speeds up when it passes that electronic, it's a Raiju. If it doesn't, it's not. And Obake is another very, very easy one. The Obake is the only ghost that will shapeshift, and you will only see that during a hunt. So during a hunt, if you see the ghost change to a different model, it's an Obake. The Mimic is also a very easy one on Zero Evidence, because the Mimic will give you a fake evidence, that being a ghost orb. And the only way to see a ghost orb is through the camera. So once we go in the ghost room and we get the camera, and if we see a ghost orb, boom, it's a mimic right off the bat. A Morai is a very, very fast one. Um, it's kind of difficult to identify it because there's three other fast ghosts. So a Morai is kind of difficult. And then I already talked about the Dagon and the Thay. So that's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to start with Camp Woodwind. And here we go. Let's go. Okay. So that was the guy on the radio. And every contract you do, he tells you if there's any reports or if there's a cursed object, if you're going in blind, uh, if there's reports of violence, lights flickering, anything, pretty much. Sometimes he'll say, I have no reports. So there's that. And then you come over here to the board, and it tells you the name of the ghost, your case number, if it responds to anything, and then these three optional objectives, which means you don't necessarily have to do these. However, if you do, you get a little bit of extra money. So if we look, it says capture a video of a ghost. That will be hard to do on no evidence because the ghost hunts so quickly. Photo of any successful reading on the EMF reader. That's very easy. You just take the EMF, and if you get a reading, you put it down on the floor, take a picture of it. It's that simple. And get a ghost to blow out a firelight. That's easy too. You just grab a firelight, light it, set it down, and wait for the ghost to blow it out. Pretty easy. So what my method is, you come over to here, and to grab something, you just put your cursor on it, and it turns into a hand, and then you just press the square button, and you pick it up. So we got salt and 2 smudges, and we can't light the smudges without a lighter. So we're going to grab one of those. And then we're going to grab this red key over here. And grab that. And then we're going to press the R2 button. And that'll get us out of the truck and into the campground. Now what we're going to do is we're going to open the gates. And then we're going to go right over here in this picnic bench area. And we're going to lay down the salt. And then we're going to wait for the ghost to hunt. Sometimes the ghost will hunt immediately. So I got to be prepared for that. Not all the time, but sometimes it will hunt almost immediately. Here we go. And it looks like it's going to be a fast ghost. Throwing some stuff. Throw another incense at it. Alright, so now I can leave. So I can get some more stuff. Alright, since we put the salt down, we can see it walk through the salt. So that means we can go to our evidence tab and we can hit the X button twice and that'll cross off wraith because it is not a wraith. It walked through the salt. However, we do need to keep up with our smudges so that the ghost doesn't kill us. Alright, so it's not a wraith. It did look fast though. So it's either going to be a Jinn, a Revenant, a Thay, or a Dagon. But we have to be sure. So, let's bring the parabolic microphone to see if we can rule out it being a Banshee. Okay, so we got the ghost laughing at us now. That's not good. So the parabolic microphone picks up all the sounds that I won't normally hear. Okay, got sounds coming. I just got a mist form. And that thing is hunting us again. Let's go over here, try to avoid it. The ghost is kind of fast. good? Uh-oh. Alright, we're good. So we survived 2 hunts. Okay. So I think I can rule out it being a Banshee, because it's fast. I can rule out a Poltergeist. I mean, it was throwing stuff, but not a whole lot, so I can rule that out. It's not a Yokai, because it came after us. I didn't see any Freezing Breath. Not a Hantu. It didn't look like an Oni. It was not a Phantom. Didn't shapeshift, so it's not an Obake. Not a Myling. Because it was fast. So it's not a Dagon. It's not a Raiju. I'm guessing this one's going to be a Thay. Let's see if we're right. If I get it wrong, we're going to move on to the next map, and hopefully eventually we'll get a right guess on what it is. I believe this one's a Thay. It's either a Thay or a Jinn. Oh, we got it right. All right. It was a Thay, and we're going to get a lot of money here. So let's see. 2,500 bucks? 2853. That's nice. And we gained a level. How cool is that? We're level 94 now. Alright. 1 for 1. Alright. That is awesome. Alright. And now we're going to go to the next map. And we're going to go to Willow Street. And this street, as soon as you open the door, to the right is a living room. And there's a couch right there. And we're going to use that, or when the ghost hunts us, we'll just circle the couch as the thing is hunting us. So that's what we're going to do for Willow Street. Alright, on to the next map. Same strategy as before. 2 smudges and the salt. Okay, so this is going to be a tough one, evidently. But all we're going to do is we're going to go into the living room. That's it. That's all we're going to go into. And we're going to lay the salt down. And have our smudges. Alright. And one there. And one there. And here we go. Okay, didn't get to see it. Didn't get to see it hunt that time. Okay, so that must mean it's far away. So let's grab some more stuff if we can. Let's grab the Perbock microphone. See if we can get some sounds that can tell us where the ghost is. Sounds like it's going to be in that bathroom back there. Could be wrong. But... oh, it's fast. That is a fast. That's a fast ghost. It's fast. It's trying to find me. It's still hunting. I can't normally tell. Maybe it's in the kitchen. Is it in the kitchen, maybe? Can't really. There it is. Okay, he's coming now. It's in that back bedroom back there. I can't get this thing to hunt. What the heck, man? Yeah, it's over in that bedroom over there, but I ain't going all the way back there. That ain't happening. Maybe I should have went in the kitchen. Maybe I should have done that instead of over here. I probably should have went in the kitchen. Okay. And hunting again. It's throwing stuff all over the place. It's fast. Okay, well. It's trying to hunt, but like I can't get it to see me. But it's over in that one position, so I'm going to guess that this is a Goyo because it's staying in one spot and it's not exactly roaming. So let's go with that. I'm gonna guess that this is a Goyo, and if I'm wrong, that's okay. We'll just move on to Tanglewood. Oh, that was an easy one. That was a haunt too, apparently. But like I said, I wasn't able to see exactly what the ghost was, which is fine. So now we're gonna go to Tanglewood, and this one I have to travel kind of far because I have to go all the way into the kitchen to lay down the salt. So I'm gonna have my smudge ready. Let's look at the objectives. Let's see if we can do any. We could do the firelight one. Okay. So this one's going to be tricky because I have to travel down the hallway, turn right, go through the living room, and into the kitchen. That's where I need to go to lay down the salt. So I got my smudge ready just in case. Okay, we're good. Yeah, lay down some salt. Okay, here we go. Okay, it looks like it came from one of the bedrooms over there. The bathroom. Oh, yeah. That's what it looks like. It looked like it came from the bathroom. So, I did lay down my salt, but I still have 2 smudges. Let's take a, just for protection, let's take a crucifix. Just in case it decides to hunt me. But I am going to take this crucifix here. There we go. Here we go. Alright. What do we got here? Oh, it got me! Oh, no! I didn't think I was that close to it. Oh, man. Well, I can't identify it because I don't know what it is, but it got me. Damn. Alright, what was it? It was a mirror. Okay. Alright, well, back to Camp Woodwind. Because we're going to rotate between the maps. So, we're back at Camp Woodwind, so... we lost that one. So that's 2 straight losses after after guessing the first one right. Alright. There we go. Alright, we're back at the camp. So here we go. Oh, we got salt already. Alright, so I can leave. I can leave right now. Cause I don't want to die again. Alright, I walked through the salt, so it's not a wait. This time, let's get the video camera and try and, alright, let's see. Prevent it with the crucifix, playback microphone, and incense. Ooh, this is gonna be an easy one. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can get some ghost orbs. If not, we can rule out a mimic. Let's see, I don't see anything. Let's try over here. Yeah, get this gate out of the way. There we go. Alright, nothing. So I can rule out a mimic. And now we're going to grab the playback microphone because that's one of the objectives. And I want to see if it's a banshee. Oh. Okay, that is right in my area. Okay. Oh, no you don't. Alright. Wasn't able to get me that time. Throw that at it. Okay, that looks like a poltergeist to me. However, it was also quiet, but that looked like a poltergeist, so let's go with that. Yeah, alright, got that one right. Alright, give me my moolah. Whew, 300 bucks. 3,700 bucks. Woo. Alright, that is good. Good. And look at that. 2/3 of the way to level 95. Awesome. Alright, now we're going back to Willow Street. And we're going to try to get a good hunt here. This time I'm going into the kitchen. Not the living room. I'm going into the kitchen. But I have to travel kind of far. So I'm going to have my smudge thing, whatever this is, handy, just in case. Alright. Lay my salt down. Alright. I hear it making noise. It's either in the garage or it's down in the basement. Or in the back bedrooms again. We're gonna find out what this is. I hear it making noise back there. There it goes. Oh, it's fast. It's fast. Alright, yep. Okay. Alright, well, it was fast, so let's see. It walked in the salt, so it's not a wraith. It was fast, so it's not a phantom. It's none of these. The ones that aren't fast, it's not. Okay, so it's none of these. None of these. It's none of those. Okay. Could it be a revenant? Possibly. Possibly. It's possible it's a revenant. So let's take our other smudges just to be safe. Alright. Get this thing to hunt again, and then we'll be 100% sure what it is. It might be a revenant. Could be a revenant. Alright, here we go. Let's try and see what this thing's gonna be. But it came from that back bedroom back there. Oh, it's hunting again. Alright, there's the kid. Alright. It could be a poltergeist. That's what it kind of looked like. I'm gonna go with that. That looked like a poltergeist. Alright. Hopefully we're right. That's what it kind of looked like. It did throw a bunch of stuff all at once. And with pretty good force. So I'm gonna go with poltergeist. It was a Morai. Ooh, okay. Well, we're wrong on that one. So that was Willow Street. So now we're going back to Tanglewood. Alright. I'm surprised nobody's joining my live stream. I shared on Facebook and everything, and like nobody's joining in. My Halloween special. Alright, I have to go all the way into the kitchen to identify the ghost. But I have my smudge in hand just in case it decides to hunt before I get there. Alright, we're good. Some there. There. And there. Alright. Oh, Jesus. Ooh, that scared the shit out of me. So, this thing's in the kitchen, is it? Oh! That was just one plate, though. It wasn't. Oh, I threw the plate again. Alright, so, yes, this thing is in the kitchen. Oh boy. Let me go over here then. Let me go over here. Aha! Woo! You are fast ghost. Holy shit. Oh, a Dagon. That's a Dagon, boy. Yeah, that's a Dagon. That's a Dagon. Which way are you gonna go? Alright, that's a Dagon. Yes, sirree, that's a Dagon. No. 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 No, no, no. Don't you be laughing at me, you bitch. Alright, that's... Alright, that's a Dagon. 100%. That is 100% a Dagon. If I'm wrong on that, oh boy. That'll be nothing but a bunch of bullshit. That's a Dagon, because it slowed way, way down, man. And I was able to get away from it. That's a Dagon. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Give me my moolah. Whew. $3,200. And level 95. Ooh, 500 more dollars. Alright, so we got a successful one at Tanglewood. Alright. Back to Woodland. And let's keep on going. There you go. Oh, it's hunting already. Holy shit. Look at that. Oh, no, you don't. Damn, you're fast. You are one fast bitch. Are you done hunting? Thank you. Okay. God damn, I wasn't able to put the salt down. Like, take it easy, will ya? Holy shit. I wasn't able to put any salt down, but it was fast, so it's going to be one of the fast ones, evidently, but that was before I was able to put any salt down. Holy crap. Alright, it's a female one, so it could be a banshee, but let's make 100% sure. Oh, we got it thrown, shit. Nope. Okay, I heard some stuff there. Oh. Turn something on over there. Oh. Okay. I think it's over in that tent over there. Storing stuff. Come on! Are you gonna hunt or what? I like to provoke because it's it's kind of funny because like I'll piss the ghost off and it'll hunt me, which is what I want it to do. I want it to hunt me. Oh, there we go. Holy shit! Oh my god! Jesus Christ! God damn, she's fast. Get away from me. Now you're not fast? Okay. Oh, you know what? It was fast when it was far away from me. I know what it is. I know what it is. But it's not a wraith. That's obvious. That, my friends, that is a djinn. Because it was really, really fast from far away. That's a djinn. If I'm wrong on that, that's bullshit. That was a djinn. Because it was fast far away and then it slowed down when it came to me. That's a djinn. That was a Dagon as well. Okay, well. Huh. I was wrong. Okay, well. To Willow Street we go. Reports of lights flickering. Alright. Alright, to the kitchen I go. The thing hunts me before I get to the kitchen. That's not gonna be good. Alright, we're good. Put some salt down. Oh, hello. Boy. ghosty? Yeah? Are you digging too? It looked like it. You look like a digging. We walked in the salt, so it's not a wave. Alright, well. Let's grab a smudge and we'll grab the parabolic microphone. What are objectives here? Witness a ghost event. That's pretty much all I can do. Alright, well. We'll do that. Alright. Okay, it's throwing stuff in the kitchen. Whew. That was right in front of me. Oh boy. Oh. I see ya. I see ya. You're not very fast. Which way are you gonna go, old man? It's an old man. He is very, very slow. You know what? It's a normal ghost. That's a normal ghost. So, what am I looking at here? Okay. It's a normal ghost, so it's either going to be a spirit or a shade. Well, no, it's not a shade. And it stayed in one spot. So, it could be a Goyo. I'm going to go with spirit for this one. That was a Dagon again. God damn it. That's 3 times in a row. It was a fucking Dagon. Oh my god. 3 times in a row, it was a Dagon. That is crazy. Alright. Now we're going back to Tanglewood. 3 times in a row. Holy shit. Alright. Alright, back to Tanglewood. Hopefully he doesn't get me again. But I gotta go all the way to the kitchen. Last time the ghost was in the kitchen. One there, and one here. Alright. It's in the basement. Oh, hello. I don't think so. Okay. It was on the ground, so I couldn't see if it was a Hauntu or not. Couldn't really see. But the ghost came from the basement. Alright, we got our smudges in hand. I heard that. Opening doors. roaming, so it's not a Goyo. Okay, why is it not hunting? There it goes. Ooh, wee, that was close. Okay, I have no idea what this is. But it threw a cup that went flying past me like a fucking missile. So I'm guessing a Pulti. Could be wrong. But that's what I'm going with. It was the twins. Okay. Well, nobody's joining the live stream apparently, so I'm gonna have to go. This is Big G. I will see you later. Peace.